What is conventional computing? Conventional computers are machines that follows a well-described set of instructions to process data. Major components for conventional computers are memory, processing and bandwidth. In today's world, when we think of a computer, it is a neat little gadget that sits on our lap and lets us send emails, shop online, chat with our friends, or play games. But it's much more and much less than that. It's more, because it's a completely general-purpose machine, you can make it do virtually anything you like. It's less, because inside it's little more than an extremely basic calculator, following a pre-arranged set of instructions called a program. Conventional computers have two tricks that they do really well: they can store numbers in memory and they can process stored numbers with simple mathematical operations, like add and subtract. They can do more complex things by stringing together the simple operations into a series called an algorithm. Multiplying can be done as a series of additions. Both of these computers' key tricks, storage and processing, are accomplished using switches called transistors, which are like microscopic versions of the switches you have on your wall for turning on and turning off the lights. A transistor can either be on or off, just as a light can either be lit or unlit. If it's on, we can use a transistor to store a number 1, if it's off, it stores a number 0. Long strings of ones and zeros can be used to store any number, letter, or symbol using a code based on binary. Each of the zeros or ones is called a binary digit or bit, and, with a string of 8 bits, you can store 255 different characters such as AZ, 0 to 9, and most common symbols. Computers calculate by using circuits called logic gates, which are made from a number of transistors connected together. Logic gates compare patterns of bits, stored in temporary memories called registers, and then turn them into new patterns of bits. In physical terms, the algorithm that performs a particular calculation takes the form of an electronic circuit made from a number of logic gates, with the output from one gate feeding in as the input to the next. The trouble with conventional computers is that they depend on conventional transistors. The more information you need to store, the more binary ones and zeros and transistors you need to do it. Since most conventional computers can only do one thing at a time, the more complex the problem you want them to solve, the more steps they'll need to take and the longer they'll need to do it. Some computing problems are so complex that they need more computing power and time than any modern machine could reasonably supply. Computer scientists call those intractable problems. That's one of the reasons why people are now getting interested in quantum computing. Thank you for watching Techno and Trendy Vibes. Subscribe us, like us.